Around 450 people turned out for Senator Tom Udall's and Senator Martin Heinrich's shared town hall at the Las Cruces Convention Centre. Constituents pitched questions about healthcare, immigration reform and public lands. But the more urgent questions were about Syria, North Korea and Russia.
My primary concern right now is that we seem to be building up to World War III.
Las Crucen Jan Thompson says she's concerned about President Donald Trump's strategic dealings with foreign countries, especially the intensifying standoff with North Korea.
You know, it's like a child. If the child misbehaves, you beat the hell out of them instead of disciplining them and working with them and trying to encourage them to do better. He's got the attitude of just beat them up.
In 2016, former Los Alamos National Laboratory Director Siegfried Hecker told PBS NewsHour, with continued tests and development, North Korea could have a missile and nuclear warhead capable of reaching the US mainland within 5 to 10 years.
So where we used to have the problem of having this country that could perhaps build the simple nuclear device, today they appear to have a nuclear arsenal. That's a great concern, and to me that means we have to do something different than what's been done over the last 12 years.
Senator Martin Heinrich says he's concerned about a lack of long-term strategy in the Trump administration's foreign policy.
The greatest danger is there doesn't seem to be a strategy. There's a lot of trial by error foreign policy. And if there's one thing that every president, Republican and Democrat, historically has tried to do, it's to be a force for stability and predictability in the world. And we could use a whole lot more of that. We need a strategy, not just these one-offs and sort of this trial by error foreign policy that can get us into a lot of trouble if we're not careful.
Senator Tom Udall was equally concerned about foreign policy.
I don't think that tweets and threats and bullying and dropping bombs are a thought-out foreign policy. We need a coherent, comprehensive foreign policy. We need the president to come and tell us what he's doing, how he's doing it, and then ask for an authorization force to carry that out. And that's what I would like to see.
During the shared town hall, there was a noticeable, almost brotherly rapport between Udall and Heinrich, as they saw eye to eye on issue after issue raised by constituents, though they diverged when it came to President Donald Trump's bombing of a Syrian airbase, following Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's use of poisonous gas on his own people. Udall condemned it, while Heinrich voiced support.
If he thinks he can get away with gassing his citizens, he does. I think we should be clear that we're not going to allow him to get away with that.
Questions over what to do about Russia's hacking and meddling in the 2016 presidential elections were also a major concern. Udall says there needs to be more transparency and international collaboration in the investigation.
The additional step I would take, if we could get that, would be a 9/11 type commission where distinguished national leaders would get together and come to the conclusion as to whether or not we should have whether they've interfered with our election, how to prevent it, and how to move into the future.
One constituent, Charles Madrid, called Udall and Heinrich out for being divisive and not doing more to work with President Trump on foreign policy.
You need to try to break bridges and build bridges with Putin. You need to try to build bridges between the people you hate. If you lynch this president, don't do it at an inconvenient time, because this idiot might push the button.
Otherwise, the town hall's tone and attendees was civil, receptive, and in stark contrast to the loud and hostile town hall hosted in Las Cruces by New Mexico Congressman Steve Pearce in March this year. Unlike Congressman Pearce, Heinrich and Udall did have the benefit of a journalist moderating the discussion as part of KRWG's live radio broadcast of the town hall all over the state. Udall and Heinrich finished the 2-hour event with praise for attendees, their activism, and their broader involvement in the democratic process following the 2016 election.
Our democracy's working, it's vibrant, people care.
The engagement of the American people right now and of my constituents here in New Mexico, it's at an all-time high, and that is really a fantastic thing. I just hope we can channel that into a more constructive democratic dialogue in this country.
For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.